Hey there everyone, welcome back to another video here on Boreal Bushcraft Canada. Today our discussion will be on wool blankets. Okay, I watched a video just the other day that Morris Kohansky and one of his instructors put out, and I thought it was amazing. It's a recent video. What they do, they show you how to fold a wool blanket and stuff it with all your needs, creating a backpack, which I thought was amazing. I've seen it before, but the way that they did it was like something that you should look into. Okay, so let's talk a bit about wool. A lot of people think that wool, you know, like they put it on, they start to itch, and you know, some people think that they're getting an allergic reaction. Well, trust me, it's not an allergic reaction. It's probably because the wool that you chose was a little too on the rough side, and having sensitive skin, it might have created a rash or what have you. But you will not, you won't get allergies with respect with wool. Wool is hypoallergenic, okay, and you just have to find the right finishing, let's say, or the right weave where, you know, the blanket will be comfortable enough for you to wear. I mean, to use. This is one blanket that I carry everywhere I go, whether it be in the winter or in the summer. It is made out of 90% wool. It's made in the USA by Pendleton, and they run upwards of $200 American. However, you could find them on special, as I did. Okay, I went down to the Kittery Trading Post in Maine. I believe it was Labor Day. I think that was one of their biggest sales ever. And what these guys do, they mark them down like 50 points. You know, so you can pick up a blanket like this for about $90 to $100 US. So even with the exchange rate at being at 30%, you're still a winner. You're buying a blanket like this at 130 bucks. I mean, you know, if you compare this to the Hudson's Bay blanket, I think that the Hudson's Bay is maybe, you know, you give it 2 notches above this one quality-wise. However, you're looking at upwards of 400 bucks for the Hudson's Bay. Now, the Hudson's Bay, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best blankets, one of the best wool blankets you can get out in the market. But again, like I said, it's going to run you over 450 bucks if you get the 100% wool one. Now, they've been making these blankets back since World War I, maybe prior to that also. The Canadian Army had commissioned the Hudson's Bay Company to make blankets for their soldiers during the First World War. So, being said that, you know, like they served in the First World War, they're like bulletproof, okay, and they have not skimped on the quality. The quality is just as good today as it was back there. Hence the price, okay? So you can either go with a Pendleton, or if you could afford the Hudson's Bay, you know, God bless you. Personally, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I can't go that route, you know. So I have to look for. I got to go on the mooch and look for bargains. The other avenue you can take, you can go to your local Army surplus store and pick up one of these blankets here. This is a 90% wool, 10% other fabrics. I don't know. I think it's synthetic. Whatever. 90% wool, 10% synthetic. It's double in size. It's pretty big. It's a decent size. Okay. It's a little rough to the touch. Okay. But this thing here is only going to run you about 50 Canadian dollars. Okay. So this is a pretty good deal also, if you don't want to, you know, spend hundreds of dollars on blankets. And they are bulletproof. These things, like, they're very well put together. Okay. This is another way. The other way you can go, if you want to go a little cheaper than that, you can go with the USA style 70-30 blend, which you can also pick up at your Army surplus store. Okay, these things here run about anywhere between 35 to 40 bucks. A little smaller in size. I believe this one here is a single. Okay, but you can get a couple of them. All right, and it's not as thick as the European style. However, it's still a very well built blanket. I mean, it's sturdy, it's strong, it's not going to start, you're not going to get holes in this thing. You can use it as ground cloth, you can use it any way you want. Okay? This one here is a, this is the Boreal Bushcraft Canada blanket. Now, they're not for sale. Somebody asked me last week if we sell these blankets. We do not sell them. What these blankets are remnants of the you know, whatever pieces that we have that are left over from the wool anorak that we built. We slap 2 or 3 pieces together, actually 3 or 4 pieces together, and we create a blanket. And what we do, we go out and we give it to the needy. We hand these out personally to the homeless. Okay, now this is one that we made the other day. We make them a little bigger than a double. Okay, and they're pretty warm. You should see these people when we get to them. They have a big smile on their face. I don't know if they're going to be keeping them or if they're going to be selling them to get a beer, but whatever the case may be, we're doing our good deed. And no, unfortunately, people, these are not for sale. Okay? Now, what I strongly suggest, go to your thrift shops, guys. I've picked up these babies right here. They're both 100% wool. I think I paid something like $5 for them a couple of years ago. Today, they raised their prices, so you're looking at about 15, maybe $18 for a blanket, for a 100% wool blanket at your thrift store. But hey, you're not going to find a 100% wool blanket anywhere for that price. Okay, it might not be the color you're looking for, but nothing that a little bit of Tintex or dye can't fix or remedy. This one here is a particularly very, very good quality blanket. It was in pink, so I put a little Tintex, like I said before, a little brown Tintex, and it darkened the color a bit, making it a little more my color style, if you wish, you know. But it's a very, very good quality blanket, and I paid nothing for it. Okay. This one here is the I don't know. It's a little thinner a little thinner quality. However, it's still 100% wool, and it's a Celtic plaid. But I strongly suggest you guys go take a look at these thrift shops and go daily, because every day these guys, they replenish their stock as people bring in the clothing and the blankets and the refrigerators and what have you. These guys go out and they just put them on the floor the day after. So what you might not find today, you probably will find tomorrow or within a week. Now, as for the benefits of wool, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. It's fire retardant, it sheds water, antibacterial, 100% biodegradable. And you know, the thing about wool versus any other man-made material, as soon as you put it on, it's instant warmth. It's not something that you're going to put it on and then your body's core temperature is going to build that heat within your insulation. As soon as you put that on, you're going to feel the warmth. So that's why I strongly suggest you go with wool. I've been doing it for a number of years now. I'm starting to wear even my clothing. I'm starting to switch to wool. I believe in wool. However, the only thing that I'm a little iffy about is when it comes to pants. And the only reason is because when you're walking through the forest with a pair of wool pants and you're brushing against the snow, you know, once those pants get wet, they're going to get very, very heavy. So it's a little, for me, it's a little, you know, I'm a little older, you know, my feet are not what they used to be once upon a time, so I try to stay away from wool pants. It's not a good idea, it's just the way I feel, you know, because once your wool pants get wet, like I said before, they get too heavy and it's hard. As for, you know, your top layer, not a problem, okay? And blankets, 100%. You get them big enough, if you stretch it out enough, you can even use it as a shelter, as a lean-to. You won't have a problem with that. You can keep it next to your campfire. It will not, you will not get holes in it. This one here, okay, is a Scout a blanket that the scouts use, okay? You pick them up for like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks at the sports shops. And I believe it's like, I don't know, maybe 50-50, you know? And if you see here, if you notice, there are some holes over here. But I was throwing direct flames from a fire starter. I was experimenting with fat wood, and I had the fat wood on this, and I was striking my big Bertha, and it did put holes in it, all right? But you will not get that with wool, because wool will not melt, all right? Wool does not melt, and it's fire retardant. So, I don't know what else to say, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming along for the ride, and I hope this video was interesting enough for you. I hope you learned something, and if there's anything that you want me to review or talk about in one of my videos, feel free to leave a comment on the bottom, or you can PM me, and I will definitely go out and purchase what I have to purchase to make whatever review you guys would like, within reason, of course. I do not receive free gifts from companies so I can do reviews like a lot of other people do. I go out and purchase them and make the reviews. Companies haven't contacted me yet, probably because I'm not popular enough or I'm not experienced enough. However, I will do what I have to do to satisfy my viewers and my members' requests. So feel free to leave comments and PM me whatever you guys need, or whatever you guys want me to review, whatever. If there's a certain type of video you want me to go out and do, I'll be more than willing to do it, within reason again, okay? But I respond to all my comments, and I want you guys to know that. And another thing, you know, I really like the PMs that all you guys are sending me, wishing me well for the Christmas holidays. I really appreciate that, and you know, and everything you guys do for us here at Boreal Bushcraft Canada. So I want to thank you again for being here with us, and see you all in the next vid, guys. Take care. See you in the next vid. So long for now.